What up, bro?
What's going on, Easy Ed? How you feeling, baby?
Man, I'm cooling, man. Get my car service right now.
Okay, man. I want to thank you, man, for blessing me with your presence, man, on Real Talk with LSelb, man. You know, hey, man, it's great, man, to be in the presence of you, man. I
No
watch you.
doubt.
Yeah, man, hey, man, I watch you, man, your whole career from the U all the way to the Ravens, man, to everything, man. I was, even when you was on the Bills staff, man, I still was watching you, man, still supporting you, man.
I appreciate it, bro. I saw you was representing the Bills. You from Buffalo?
No, man, I'm from Erie. That's right next to Buffalo, man. But my
Right.
people's, my little brother still live in Buffalo, man. I do a lot of, filming in Buffalo and everything else, trying to bless these
Word.
kids, you know.
Yeah, I used to work up there, but nah, man, I'm actually wearing some of that gear right now.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, Easy. I gotta ask you, man. You from the state of Louisiana? How did they let you get away, man, to go to the U?
They didn't let me get away. I left, man. I was looking to change my environment. As you know, a lot of our environments from hundreds of years ago, man, the way this thing been conditioned, in this country. I was in one of those African American environments, bro, where the structure was just off, and I didn't think it was supportive of me reaching my goals. So that's why I left, man.
That's understandable. That's understandable. You know, I'm from the same place that you from, man. You know, where there's a lot of corruption, crime, and everything else. And that's why I said I try to help kids get on up out of there. Now, let me ask you something. When did you first fall in love with football, Ed?
In my mama's womb, when I started to when I started to form, man. I'm a product of Louisiana sports, state. But my dad played sports, bro. What's up, Doug? My dad played everything, bro. So it's in my DNA, man. I was born to play sports. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I feel you. Now, did you play anything else when you was coming up, growing up?
I played everything, bro. I played all major sports: basketball, ran track, and baseball.
Okay. Okay. Now, let me ask you something. How was it playing, man, with Ray Lewis, man?
Yeah, man, it was fun, man. Ray made your job easier. And it was definitely an honor and blessing to be on the team with somebody of his caliber. That's my big bro. I learned so much from him. You know, um, Bigger than football, man. Truly bigger than football. You know,
That's a,
that's what it do, man. I wish I would have wrestled Doug.
hey, man, that's understandable. That's understandable. Now,
Wait,
when you was at the U, man, you was something special, man. You was something special, man. I was watching the game when y'all was playing against Boston College when the boy had the interception. You took it out of his hands and took it to the house. Man, tell me about that play, man.
man, he gave me that ball. Everybody always talk about that play and say I took the ball. But nah, man. One thing about winning the what it takes to win a national championship or a championship game, or to be successful in business, or to be successful in a relationship, it takes communication. And with communication, that means you got to spend a lot of time together. I used to hang with everybody on the team. Um, D line, O line, linebackers, running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, kickers, bro. I hung with everybody. And we were really tight in college, tighter than we were when we were in the league, because we was always together. And loved that time. And Matt knew my voice, man. For one, I was one of the biggest and loudest voices my senior year at Miami, so they knew my voice. And I told Mike Rump, they driving down about to score fourth quarter, maybe like a minute 12 left to go in the game, 12-9 or something like that. And if they beat us, obviously we out of the national championship game, and we pissed at this point, because we knew it was going to be a tough game, we knew it was going to be close. But I told Mike, we was in cover two. Mike Rump was the right corner as you look at the play. I said, Mike, get inside. You can see Mike before the play kind of shaking his head because he was telling me to make sure I get him over the top, and there was no doubt I had him. And they threw the slant, and Mike could have had an interception, but Mike couldn't catch a cold in Alaska buck naked from Buffalo. And it hit his knee, hit his left knee, bounced to Matt Walters. Matt Walters caught it, and obviously it looked like Matt trying to score. And in my head, I'm a scorer. I'm trying to get to the end zone. So I went over there and yelling at Matt, Matt, give me the ball, Matt, give me the ball. And he, at the last minute, you can see him kind of look up and let it go. Matt, 300 pounds. I wasn't taking that ball, you know what I'm saying, from him. Like, in that heat of the moment, he just got a turnover. He know that situation was for us to win the game. There's no way he was going to not, hold that ball unless he knew who he was giving it.
Wow, that's what's up, man. Now let me ask you something. You talking about leadership? What does it take to be a leader? I won't let these kids know what it takes to be a leader out here, man.
Man, it takes hard work. It takes discipline. It takes focus, and understanding that it takes multiple leaders to be a leader. You need leaders around you to be a leader. You need mentors around you to be a leader. And the leader leads by example first. The leader don't say shit. The leader show the example before they do anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to talk to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? And the leader is always coachable. Leader is always learning because there's always something that's going to come up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things in the gumbo pot when it comes to being a leader, man. It's not so many specific things. I see somebody saying in character. It's a whole bunch of things, that goes into the gumbo pot of being a leader. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna go. You got to go through some adversity to be a leader. You got to be tested. You have to be battle tested to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants somebody to lead them that hasn't been through anything.
True indeed, fam. Now let me ask you something. Now, how did it feel winning a national championship at the U?
Bro, that was everything, man. That was one of my goals, one of our goals to win the national championship. My class that came in: Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss, Delvin Brown, Najee Davenport, Darren Jones, Robert Williams, Marquise Fitzgerald. I could name all the guys that came in, and the guys that were there. We understood what the University of Miami was about. There was a bunch of guys that before me out played, rest in peace. Andrew James, Nate Webster, guys like that. Miami guys who I knew just, was full go Miami and helped me to engulf myself into Miami even more. And man, ain't nothing we didn't want to do, but make sure we brought Miami back, to the way it used to be and win a championship, the way it used to be, man. And that was the ultimate goal outside of graduating. I graduated first, so national, I could have left. Not a lot of people know. What's up, bro? My man, not a lot of people understand that, I could have left my junior year, you know what I'm saying, to go to the league and go get paid and all that good stuff. I'd have never winded up in Baltimore, you know what I'm saying. I probably would have been somewhere else, and, you probably wouldn't know me as a Raven, I would have did the same things because the work ethic would go change, but yeah, man, I stayed in school because that was the ultimate goal for me, because I loved football at its purest. I knew money and all that stuff would come if you just take care of your business, and it's not about, it's not about having millions and stuff like that if you don't know how to manage it and understand it, so it was about education. It was about maturing, you know what I'm saying, and it was a business decision for me, honestly. I understood the business of football, and I just loved Miami. I loved that orange and green with everything because they gave a young black man, myself, an opportunity to better himself and better his family.
Wow, that's what's up, fam. Now let me ask you, man, about that Super Bowl, man.
Shout out to I see y'all in here. We see y'all
Yes,
in here.
yeah, we see y'all. We see y'all. Shout out to everybody, man, that's tuning in. That Super Bowl. Tell me, man. Is that your Super Bowl ring you got on your hand right there on your finger that I see?
Nah, that's just my watch.
Oh,
Nah,
okay,
man. What I
okay.
do Super Bowl ring. If you ever see me wearing my Super Bowl ring, it's around my neck. I got it on a Jordan shoestring, man.
Oh, okay.
I,
That's what's up.
I specifically took the shoestring out of my Jordans and burned them together, tied it, burned it together. I figured if somebody take my Super Bowl ring, they must want to die for it. They already died for Jordan.
That's what's up. Now check it out, man. Hey, and when you was back there playing, man, seemed like you was a quarterback yourself back there because you was always in the right positions, man, making the right plays.
Yeah, man, y'all got to go back and do a history check. I am writing a book right now, Miss Marjorie out of Chicago, and you got to go back and do a history check. I used to play quarterback as a kid, as a teenager in high school. I studied quarterbacks. I hung with the quarterback in college. Ken Dorsey was one of my best friends. So I studied the quarterback. I knew the quarterback. I knew how to operate as a quarterback. I knew the mentality as a quarterback. So that's why it came so easy as a defender. I stopped playing quarterback because it just wasn't my thing. We didn't have an offensive line. I was a super athlete, but and coaches had me everywhere. But we didn't have an offensive line, bro. Shout out to Brazil. I was in high school, bro. My senior year, my sophomore junior year, I was about the same size as offensive lineman trying to block me, bro. So as soon as we snapped the ball, I was running for my life. Or I was super strong, and probably one of those kids who didn't know his strength. I actually threw the javelin too, and I used to throw the ball too hard to the receivers. They used to always come back to the huddle complaining, about catching the ball and throwing the ball too hard and not putting touch on it and shit like that. So I was like, what?
That's understandable. But yeah, I mean, hey, that's understandable. Now you mentioned you said you threw the javelin. Now that's one thing I try to tell kids. If you really you want to compete, you want to do something with track and field, you want to show a coach that you can compete. Can you explain a little bit about that, man?
Yeah, I mean, bro, we living in different times, obviously, and I hope everybody's safe out there with this coronavirus and taking care of your body and your family. Man, we living in different times. We living in different times right now, and I don't like the fact that government is mandating and schools are mandating that kids play one sport. I think you learn so much from sports. I learned a lot from every sport that I played. I got my defense from basketball. Obviously, I was a huge Jordan fan. I'm not going to get into that. I played baseball. Obviously, you can see me track the ball on the football field.
Yes.
As a defender in basketball, you have to stay low. As a DB, you have to stay low. In football, the low man wins. And in track, I mean, obviously, you learn the fundamentals of running, the techniques, you know what I'm saying? So each one of those sports taught me something, you know what I'm saying? Each one of them sports helped me to be great at playing football. What's up, GQ, my dude? So all those sports helped me to develop, and to be the man that I am, man. It helped me in college. I ran track in college. You know, we won track meets. What people don't know is like the football team, me, Santana, Reggie, Najee, all of us, we ran track, and we actually made our boys, the men track team of Miami, good. We started winning track meets. Like Miami boys track meet, men's track don't do nothing. They haven't really did nothing, I don't think, since we left. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us were super athletes. We were super mature and understood what could we do. What could we do to better ourselves and better our teammates. And quite frankly, Santana Moss ran track, and we had to run track because he came to Miami on a track scholarship. So we ran track to support our teammate, but to also to get better at our craft, man. You know, when you go through the University of Miami, where I did and what we knew, I understood that it was an art. Football is an art. Sports is an art. You know, your talent, your skill is your art. You know, and if you nurture it, as we did, you become the great, youth.
And you was great, man. I mean, I've been following you ever since, man. When they came off the plane, man, and them army fatigues. Whew, oh my God, I was like,
Back
whoa.
in the day,
Yeah, that was back in the
sir.
day, man. You know, hey, I am what you call a sports fanatic, man. I've been watching sports, like I said, I played it a long time. I'm one person that had my opportunity in basketball. I blew 3 scholarships in 17 months. Then I end up in the penitentiary, in somebody's penitentiary because of why? The streets. Like you said, our environment where we come from is easy to get caught up in, but it's hard to get
True,
out
bro.
of. And I keep trying to
It
keep
is.
and I try to tell kids each and every day, you are your own worst enemy. Do not let nobody guide you off your path, off your greatness. Now,
Right. What's up, Black Pearl?
you being who you is, I mean, like I said, winning that Super Bowl, how did it feel for you, man, holding that trophy up, man? I gotta ask you that.
Man, bruh, I don't know how to describe the greatest feeling that a human being could ever experience. I don't know how to describe that, bro. I'm from New Orleans, grew up in a bad environment. We talked about all that, grew up around racism and all that. I had a bunch of doubters of me going to the University of Miami. A lot of racism I experienced. I got put out of the library my senior year. Miami, went through things and thought I should have been drafted higher when I got drafted and all that stuff. You know, and just the hard times I had in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And I won't laugh too much, but it was some hard times. It was some tears. It was some hair pulling out. And but so for it to go full circle, right? And us to be the last team to play in the Superdome right before Katrina hit. We played on like a Thursday or Friday. I believe it was a Friday or something in a preseason game. Katrina hit like a day or two later, and that was it. Wiped New Orleans out. My city changed forever. And Super Bowl come back, and who's the first team playing in there? Baltimore Ravens versus San Francisco 49ers. I was a San Francisco 49er, Rodney Lott, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Roger Craig, John Taylor fan when I grew up. So to play them in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, win it, we was gonna win it regardless. We were losing that game. It wasn't gonna happen. I could have played that game with two broken legs. And even cut off for that matter, and we still would have won that game, dude. Like it wasn't happening. I actually sprained both my MCLs in the first quarter and still played.
Wow, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, man, I had a first degree on my right knee, and if you go back and watch it, you can see it. You can see it, man. I had a second degree sprain on my left knee. It was my knee was about the size of my head by the time I finished the game, but it was all worth it, bro. I didn't feel any pain to that next day, honestly. I don't even think I felt pain then.
Yeah, you probably didn't. Man, you still was running off that adrenaline, man, for winning that, man. Like you said, it's a lot of players that win, that's been in the league, that has went through the league, never held up that trophy, man. And
Good stuff, man.
you
What's
held it
up,
up.
Tina? What's up, royalty, respect, loyalty? What's up,
Yeah,
big
yeah,
bro?
what's going on, people? Thank you, man, for following. But yeah, I mean, like you said, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people has been through the NFL, never held up that trophy, man. And you held
Yeah,
it
it's
up.
hard, man.
Whew, yeah,
It's
you.
tough, man. After we tell you a true story, bro. I was so hurt, man. After the time when we had a chance to beat them 2 years before, and a year before that, we lost to New England in New England, right? Last second of the game, missed field goal, all that good stuff, and I actually had an opportunity to make an interception on rest in peace Aaron Hernandez. I knocked it down, and I knew they were going to him. It was a 5-yard quick route off and walked into the end zone. But I made it for sure knockdown. We gave the offense the ball back. It was like 3rd and 2. Gave the offense the ball back, and we missed the field goal. But it happens, you know what I'm saying? So we get in the locker room. Coach gave the breakdown. Ray gave us a speech. And in my head, the whole time, I'm like, we'll be back here next year. We're winning this shit. So all I started singing was, yeah, he knocked the ball out of Lee Evans' hand. Somebody saying, I see my bro say, nah, he knocked it out. That DB made a hell of a play, bro. But Lee just should have just failed. But it was a hell of a play. It was a bang, bang play. And I'm in the locker room after Ray's speech. I get the shower and I put my suit on, and all the media is crowded behind me. You know, because they waiting for you. You know, they watch you get dressed and all this crazy shit. And all I could do, bro, was say Teddy Pendergrass, love TKO. So as I'm getting dressed, I started humming it, and then I just started singing it. You know, Teddy P, I'm on that's a huge fan of Teddy P, so I started singing Love TKO. You know, and I didn't do an interview after that game. I got on the bus. I called my financial advisor, Brad Swartz, and he's pissed, bro. He's yelling at the phone. He's talking about Lee. He's talking about Billy. He's talking about this and that. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear it. I'm on the bus to New Orleans right now. Are you with me? He was like, for what? You sitting on the bus and you going to the airport. I'm like, bro, I'm on the bus to New Orleans for the Super Bowl next year. Either you ride with me from this point now and not talk about this game, and we're going to win it, or you're not on the bus. He was like, yeah, but. I said, no buts, no ifs, ands, buts about it. That game is over. Ain't shit we can do. I already learned my lesson. Come back up here and beat the brakes off their ass and go in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what we did. We came back and it was close, but it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? And it went just the way we did it, all the way up until, and Kerry Williams can vouch for this. If you go back and look at that New England game, Coach Pease told me to stay deep during like, I mean, this is like 7-8 week of the season. Coach Pease, Dean Pease, who retired from Tennessee, he coached in New England and he coached us in Baltimore. He said, Ed, I just need you to do one favor. And it sounded so much like my senior year from Randy Shannon, because he told me the same thing. If the ball don't get behind you, we're going to win. So that meant be the back safety at all times, please. You know? So I was the deep safety all the way up into the New England game, even against Peyton. You go back and watch us play against Denver. We shut them down by running cover 2. Shouts out to Denver winning a Super Bowl with, what's my guy name? He coached me in Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips.
Run cover 2. Wade Phillips didn't run cover 2. Wade Phillips don't run cover 2. Go back and watch his shit in Houston, because I was in Houston with him. But when he left Houston and went his ass to Denver, he copied our shit. And people still give him credit. He copied our shit. And that's how they won the Super Bowl in Denver. They ran cover 2 against New England and beat them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we ran cover 2, and then they play in that game against New England. I said, Kerry Williams, I'm talking to my right corner. I said, bro, I'm going to drop down. Stay deep. Please stay deep. And he stayed deep and caught the interception. I said, bro, just catch it. He caught it. You know what I'm saying? Dude, they got so much hate in this world. It's crazy. You know
Yeah, they do,
Sean
fam.
Taylor was my brother. You know, I taught Sean a lot. Sean learned a lot from me. I learned a lot from Sean. You know what I'm saying? He was his own greatness. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably a kid on here. You know what I'm saying? But
They
it is what it is.
They probably don't know who Sean Taylor is. Sean Taylor was he was a special player, 6'3", man, 6'2", 6'3", like 220, 230, man. Run like a deer, hit like a fucking freight train. I remember I remember on the what's the name in the in the Pro Bowl. You remember he hit the court, the kicker. I mean, the punter from Buffalo.
You go back and look at that play. That was Robbie. That was Robbie Gold. You go back and look at that play, and you can see me on the sideline right in front where he hit him at. I was on the AFC. Sean was on the NFC.
Yo, he hit that boy, man. Hey, I bet the coaches told him to slow down, man. It's the Pro Bowl. Let's have some fun. Because he rocked, my man, from Buffalo. I was like, whoa. But yeah, I mean, it was like, I try to tell kids each and every day, man, continuously finding what you want to do. Have more than one plan. Have 26 plans. How many letters in the alphabet? I mean, I tell them how many letters in the alphabet is 26. That's how many plans you should have because you probably is gonna fail. There's nothing wrong with failure, but you have to pick yourself back up, man, and dust yourself off and keep going. Now, one more question for you, Ed. Now, what type of music did you listen to, man, to get yourself into the game mode?
What kind of music?
Yeah.
Man, I'm a music guy, man. A lot of people, I see Big Easy 88 on here, and they know I play music, man. I listen to everything, bro. So on a Sunday, I used to start my day off with jazz. I used to start it off with Miles Davis and maybe a little John Coltrane, and that'll lead me into some gospel music. My Kirk Franklin, my Marvin Sapp, and people like that. And from there, I go to Frankie Beverly and Mays.
That's my people.
And from Frankie Beverly and Mays, I go to Eric B. and Rakim, and all old school rap, Outkast. Outkast is huge, No Limit, Cash Money, stuff like that. It was a build up to the turn up. You know what I'm saying? It was like quiet before the storm, so to say, being that I was always and always will be a hurricane. I understand the quiet before the storm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a mentality for me when it came to sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to come with the storm in my head before a game. And it's so draining, man, to do that. I don't see how cats can do that, just rev up all day long. That's probably what separated me. You know what I'm saying? The way I went about getting myself prepared for the game.
Wow. That's what's up, man. I can understand you. How was your pregame meals? What did you eat before your pregame meals?
Man, that changed over the years. Obviously, when I met my doctor, who was my trainer, also my mentor, also my master teacher spiritually, and he helped me to develop my eating habits and knowing what I should put into my gas tank. Should I say, like a car, even more, to maximize my abilities. We got a program called Energy and Recovery is actually my initials. That's how he came up with it. You got to have the energy to go out there and perform. You got to know how to recover to have the energy to go out there and do it again. And that just was it. I took blood tests to know you got certain foods, man, that will maximize your, put you at your optimum fitness. And that's what you need to know. It's no different than you eat some shit and getting the itis. You don't. That's the shit you won't eat before you go out and perform. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not gonna do shit, then that's different. You see what I'm saying? So after a game, I get me a steak from Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wasn't gonna eat no steak before the game though, because I know all cows do is what? Move around all day. They don't do shit.
They don't do nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So I won't eat something that's moving around all day. And what's that? Fish. Right? Fish move and they sleep.
Yes, they do.
Right? So that's what I used to eat, bro.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's most definitely what's up, man. Hey, it's a pleasure, man, being on here with you, man. I mean, how quick that you responded to me, man. Being who you are, man. You got millions and millions of fans out here, man, loving you, man, from the U and from the Ravens, man.
Some crazy mugs out here too, man.
Oh, what up?
Crazy, because this shit here can be to people head, man. Like they don't get a response. Like this kid, right? He plays football. You know, little white kid played football. You know, and the race don't matter, but he plays football. And I didn't respond to him. I just never got around to it. But last night, I sat down as I checked the using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I responded to you. Well, I saw his too, so I opened it up because I remember seeing his names. I remember him being a little kid and asking for help. And I go to his shit. He got three texts, right? The first one was like, "Hello, I'm such and such." Then the second one was like, you know, please respond. And the third was like, "Fuck you."
Hey man,
You know,
you
he's like, you the worst safety ever. I'm like, one, I know I'm not. Negativity, too much time. But
well
yeah,
yeah.
man, I'm just interested, man, how people react. You know, I had no patience these days. I'm the ultimate. You gotta have patience, like you asked about being a leader, man. The leader has patience. You know what I'm saying? A follower, a good follower has patience. You
Yes.
know, Peter, John, Paul, and all them boys had to have a lot of patience.
Yes
You know,
indeed.
even though they had doubt.
Yes
You
indeed.
know what I'm saying? Which is natural, but you gotta have patience. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it is what it is, man.
Yes, it is, fam. Hey, man, like you said, it's gonna be negativity as always has been and always will be. But hey, Ed, man, you know, you continue staying healthy, man. And once this thing over with, man, hey, I'm gonna have to look you up, man. We gotta sit down, man, and chop it up, man, face to face, not behind these cell phones, man. And I wanna sit back and pick your brain some more, man, you know. And I wanna thank you, man, for blessing your boy on Real Talk with LSelb, man. And continue to follow me. And I hit you up on the DM. I'm gonna send you some merch, man, sweatshirt, man, you know, whatever, man, you know, for you can represent LSelb Sports, man.
No doubt, big
Cause
bro. Yeah, man, we have to support each other, bro. Like I said, man, you
yes,
know, people don't know. You know, we put this together just last night. You know,
yeah,
when I got off the live, you know, I just hit you up. You know, and 'cause I actually looked at your page and you know saw who you are, did a little research, man. So I thought we were gonna talk basketball, but
well, man, you look, hey, man, look,
we
basketball.
stayed
I
on
mean,
basketball.
like you said. Let me ask you this, man. Before I even get off, what position that you play in basketball, man? Point guard or shooting?
Bro, I was Michael Jordan in basketball. I was shooting guard. I
You, sh-
played everything though, man. I honestly was a shooting guard. My boy Kendrick Washington on here, he was one of our offensive linemen. He was my next door neighbor. He knew I shoot. He knew I shot basketball, and I was pretty decent, man. I just ain't had a height, you know, and I was a little bit too fast. I was a football player on the basketball court, honestly. You know, I didn't mind banging and all that. You know, I used to. That's why I say I got my defense. I got my defense from basketball because my freshman year when I played it, you can ask my coach, Coach Griff. When I played basketball, bro, nobody else would stick the best player on the other team. Daily Grind knew it too. DJ Daily Grind, my boy, he played basketball with me, ran track and all that. See, Washington said, K. Washington said for sure. I used to have to stick the best player on the other team, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a problem with that. You know, everybody else would back away from it. You know, I named my company after my dad's softball team because that's what I grew up around. But the name of their team, like that was me. Like that's what I stood for and what I stand for. You know what I'm saying? Was thank you, bro. Appreciate it, Nick, brother. Be blessed, man. Was that I never backed down from a challenge. You know what I'm saying? If it got anything to do with sports, bro, I'm the ultimate challenger. You know
wow,
what I'm saying? Like, let's go. Right now, you know, it's like, hey, I'm with my son. But I was the ultimate challenger. You know, and that was the name of their team. You know, they was the challengers. You know, and it's a whole nother conversation to be talking about them boys and my dad, man. You know, just as challengers and what that stand for. Like, you go look it up and you go back and look at how I played and just think about it. That's what it's about.
And I most definitely will go look it up and do the research. And like I said, we will chop it up, man. Some more, man. You know, like I said, when this thing is over with, man, we have to sit down and get it. What's the name? You know, face to face. You know, 'cause like I said, like I was telling people, LSelb Sports. I mean, I took What I didn't have, and I started a nonprofit organization, 510c3, to help out these kids, man, and get out their own way. And it has nothing to do with sports. Like I tell people, LSelb Sports stands for education, mental health, self-esteem, leadership. So I'm trying to, show these kids here in Erie, Pennsylvania, and all over the world how to get out their own way. And if you need help, that I'm out here helping much as I can, man, and help bless these kids to get out their own way, because I don't want them to end up the path I took. I let them know that there's many avenues out here that you can take. Just take the blinders off.
That's true stuff, bro. That's true stuff. And you think about it, man. You said something, bro, that which is huge that a lot of people don't talk about. I actually think it's the number one thing in the world that should be discussed, and that's mental health. Mental health, man, is it's the number one issue in our country. From top to bottom, from the people running it, and we should see that. If you watch the interviews, the mentality that this man has, bro, is totally off.
It is.
And white, black, green, it don't freaking matter. What people don't understand is that, it's about the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, race don't matter.
No.
Like in this pandemic, if we don't understand that race don't freaking matter, but some people are just mentally brainwashed, mentally stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to change. They stuck in their old ways like old people get. And I pray I never be that old person that's stuck in my way. You always should be willing to learn. Always should be open. You know what I'm saying? But like that's where we at, bro. And it's being led that way, to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the way. Especially for our black folk. Nothing against any other race, but I got to talk to our people as we do, because we're the only race, bro, that's not together. Solely together. I put something on my live. I put something on my stories last night, because this guy was talking about, Ahmaud Arbery. And he was talking, but he was using the example of how he go to the store and he's looking for a Sprite, but they don't sell Sprite. They sell fucking some other drink is like a Sprite. And he's like, he conformed. We conform, but everybody else don't. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about how he watched an Asian movie with nothing but Asian people in there, right?
Yeah.
But he enjoyed the shit out of the movie. One of his favorite movies. No black people in it, no white people, all Asians. You know what I'm saying? But we're the most conforming people in the world.
And the most consumers.
But we won't help ourselves. We can't come together.
No, we can't.
It's been bred that way for a long time, for us to be separated from black man to black woman. Like, I had a conversation with this black woman, man, and it was a great conversation, but it just had me thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, man, like, you really feel this way? She was like, I'm thinking about trying. Like, white men appreciate the black women. I was like, do they? Like that's how you feel? Because back in the day,
it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying black can't be a white can't be a black, Chinese can't be black, Chinese, it can always, it can work.
Right.
It can work. But right now, in these times, nah, man.
I feel you on that.
We need to be together as people, even if you by yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're single, everybody's not meant to be with some people, but people try to force it. People try to force stuff that God don't want them to have, right?
Yes.
Like having a dad or a mother. I heard a wise man, who I look up to, talk about his dad, right? And more for the short version, the story was this. His mom and his dad had him. His dad was a deadbeat. Dad never did nothing. Dad was really talented, though, and he got all his skills from his dad.
Mm-hmm.
His mentor told him this. Maybe God sent your dad, and all his purpose was to impregnate your mama, have you, and his job was done.
You right, family. You
His
right.
job was done. So people try to force things. They want things because we in this world of the world, but God might not want that for you. You know what I'm saying? So if it's for you to be single, not to have kids, your purpose might be something totally different.
Right.
Your purpose is something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Than what you're looking for. So that's just it for me, bro.
Okay. Yeah, man. Like I said, and what you talking about, that's the Willie Lynch syndrome, man. Yes, we are the biggest consumers of this planet, man, but we don't stick together like you said. But, like I said, we'll chop it up some more.
There's a lot of shit against us.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But like I said.
We got a lot of opponents we got to face on a daily basis.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. But you know what?
From the devil to the devil.
Yeah, dude, you right about that, fam. But yeah, like I said, we most definitely will chop it up some more, Ed, man. I want to thank you, man. Hey, I had a chance to hang out with old Eddie Kane, man. Thank you for that, man. And and
I knew you was my people. You did when I listened to you talking, how you like Eddie Kane. Can I hang with you, old Eddie Kane? I said, big bro been watching 5 Heartbeats like a motherfucker.
One of my favorite joints, show. I still watch it today, man.
I know when that Eddie Kane sound like that, I know, bro.
You knew I was serious. But Jed, like I said, I hit you up on your DM, man. That way I can send you something, man, and bless you for blessing me, man. And then we can rap a little bit more, man, and we'll go from there. All right, Ed?
Already. I'm always the same, man.
Yes, I know you is, fam. You good people. I can just tell. You ain't got to tell me that. I can tell.
Nah, I'm looking at the ones typing. I seen their name before, talking about this the head I like. I'm always the same, man.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, hey, man, you stay safe, man. Keep your family safe, and thank you for blessing your boy on Real Talk with LSelb, all right?
Hey, bro, be blessed, no doubt, man.
Okay, then, fam. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Be blessed out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.